defeat, dereliction, misfiring. These are some of the words I am unlearning as I reference my journey both in my personal and professional life, and I am replacing them with words like delayed success, experience, and my all-time favorite, lessons learned. And as Camilla Ray puts it across so eloquently, there is no failure on YouTube because this is a journey where you have nothing to lose but everything else to gain. And so it begins.
It's been 6 months since I posted my very first video on YouTube, and it has been nothing short of growth and lessons learned. Sometimes, on occasions, painfully staking lessons, but lessons nonetheless. I have to admit, prior to me joining YouTube, I had done a ton of research. I had spent hours watching videos on YouTube, how to get a following on YouTube, how to shoot a video for YouTube, etc. Honestly, I'd put in a lot of hours on YouTube, and one of the creators that made it so simple for me to understand the streets of YouTube, in particular how to set up an account, was Sia M. Tarawali. I'm going to link her there. I loved how she broke down the steps to make them more palatable, and at that time she was starting, I think, her third or second account, which I really resonated with me despite me creating my first account. The other one, and still is the other creator, is Nate Black. He is funny, he is witty, and he always comes backed with data. Such an informative platform. You should definitely check them out. Fast forward to the month of July. We are now in the month of November 2023, and the subscribers are not growing as fast as I would love to, seeing as between July and November we had 267 subs, which to me, if I'm being honest, was amazing. And if I remember correctly, what helped me appreciate the number of subscribers that I had was visualizing the 267 people and not just focusing on numbers. And I honestly felt really grateful. But I knew that if I wanted to get monetized by the end of the year or like 6 months down the line, I needed to switch it up. And that brings me to lesson number 1, pivoting. In life, it's really important for one to know when to pivot and how to pivot. And that's why I say there are no failures over on YouTube. You get to learn from your experiences and you take your lessons learned with you to the next phase of your life. For me, when I first started the channel, I started with travel because I really enjoyed traveling, and I still do. However, creating professional content for traveling is a lot of work, and I didn't have the professional prowess, even the patience to continue creating traveling content, as well as just traveling being expensive. Particularly the travel that I wanted was kind of expensive at that particular time. I then pivoted over to food because I love food, I love cooking for the people that I love. It brings me some sort of joy. I'm usually at peace
and in my creative element when I'm cooking, I don't use ingredients. That as well required me to move a lot, to go to my mother's kitchen and do like an elaborate shoot. So it was really time consuming. One thing that I do appreciate, so how I landed over at remote jobs, despite me being a remote worker, I didn't see that as content, as something that people would want to watch. One friend made a comment like, oh, your content is kind of expensive. How sustainable is that? And that got me thinking. So I had to bring myself to the table and kind of evaluate, what do I want to do with YouTube moving forward? Something that is more sustainable, doesn't feel like a chore, it's like second nature to me. And that's how I landed into remote jobs and just sharing the content, hoping that it resonates with one or two people and they do find their opportunities and that changes their lives in one way or the other. So that is how I landed into posting remote jobs and seeing remote jobs as a source of content. And I'm really appreciative for the people who followed me, and I'm really appreciative of the community that we've created right now. Other thing with pivoting, I would say, is you do need a support system. Moving from 9 to 5 professional role into being a full-time content creator, had my mother told me, no, Lorraine, you're wasting your time, I probably wouldn't have done this full-time 6 months, 7 months down the line. So I'm really appreciative of her support. I think she's shown up in my life in terms of support the most in this particular stage of my life, and ever since I was a mother. Really appreciate her for that, and you're the reason why I do this. I know she's watching. You're the reason why I do this. And yeah, so yeah. The second lesson is, I cannot believe how YouTube has honed my presentation skills. I knew how to present in the past. I knew how to prepare like slideshows, but the art of storytelling, my art of storytelling has improved significantly since I started this channel. And there is something about storytelling and it improving your communication skills and you being able to convey your thoughts from your mind to make them palatable to your audience. And I think that is really key. Even as you're going through your day-to-day, you do need to have excellent communication skills. And one of the requirements that I do come across time and time again is one, excellent communication skills, both verbal and written. Rest assured, that is something that is being looked out for when you go for an interview. So I'm not saying that everyone creates a YouTube channel, but that is how I've seen my YouTube channel impact my life. The third lesson that I'm learning is I am liking myself more and more. Not to say that I didn't love myself in the past or I suffer from self-esteem issues. I'm discovering a self-love journey as I continue shooting. Positivity that comes with pulling out your camera, recording yourself while speaking, and then re-watching yourself. I've never seen that angle, or I've seen that angle too many times, or we gotta work on this. Just brings a whole new level of confidence. I'm absolutely loving at this stage of my life. I wouldn't want it to be any other way, and I cannot wait to see how the year progresses and how I actually evolve and grow. There's some level of confidence that just comes with first knowing how to communicate, to loving yourself and seeing yourself and appreciating yourself and hearing your voice. There's something about hearing your voice for the very first time that is cringe, but with time you get to hear your voice, you get to be familiar with it, and you get to love it. Having a followership that makes you move around these streets of YouTube and the universe differently. So I'm absolutely here for it. That doesn't mean that I'm always seeking outside validation. I think that just adds on to the love and the confidence that I have in my abilities. Number one, as a professional. Number two, as a human being. Because if my videos can impact someone's life positively, if my videos can show you the opportunities that are there and you get to apply to those opportunities and you get to change your life, that in itself is a major confidence booster for me. And I feel like I'm impacting the universe and I'm impacting people's lives. Because now I've got a following, that influences how I conduct myself on YouTube as well as how I just operate in the universe at large. And that brings me to my fourth lesson, which is self-disciplined. I'm a natural procrastinator. I tend to procrastinate a lot. Procrastination means different things to different people. To me, It means putting everything on the back burner until that particular point. I'm faced with deadlines and I have to perform. The people who say, they work well under pressure, I am one of them. I tend to do really well under pressure. And if something doesn't have consequences, chances are my old self wouldn't do it. I would wait until I get to know, hey, the consequences of not doing this is this, then I will take on the activity. That has since changed since joining YouTube or since creating this channel, because I do not owe it to myself to continue creating content. I owe it to you, the subscribers, to you who are getting on YouTube every week, hoping to see a video on remote jobs, hoping to see a video on remote opportunities that are hiring people from Africa or worldwide. So to me, it's not just responsibility to sell and to my brand and to my growth, but it is more of a social responsibility. Because I asked you to subscribe to my channel, I then owe you those opportunities. I am obligated to you to provide you those opportunities. For me to be able to come into terms with that kind of thinking, I had to do a mindset shift, because again, I was having a conversation with a friend. One thing that I've always struggled grappling with is, if I am showing up for myself, I can easily not show up for myself. The voice in my brain, we're always aligned, because if it's just affecting Lorraine, we'll be like, yo, Lorraine, it isn't that serious. Go on that holiday, go for swimming, go shopping, because you deserve it. And I will even go further and use the phrase YOLO and misuse it and use that as a justification for not doing what I'm expected to do. For it to make sense to me, I get on here every week and record videos and do research and share with you the job opportunities. I need to do this not for me, but for you. And that is what has pushed me, and that is how I am combating my procrastination. Whenever I see it's Monday, it's Tuesday, I can do it on Wednesday, come Thursday, the pressure starts building, because I know someone is waiting on Sunday or next week Monday, and they will be expecting a video. If I do not show up for you, who then am I going to be showing up for? Because clearly, if I'm showing up for myself, I can choose to take a breather and take a break anytime. So yeah, that's how I'm combating, or that's how YouTube is helping me combat my procrastination behavior. Other thing that I'm still grappling with is the fear of success. And I want to work on that fear in the coming months, and I'm going to take you along with me. When I say fear of success is, I am an introvert. The job requires me to be an extrovert. So sometimes, I get in the middle there like an ambivert, but true to myself, and I'm being true to myself, I'm a complete introvert. And that means whenever I have any social interaction, it drains the energy out of me, and I do need to kind of step back and recoil and get energized. I get re-energized by spending time by myself. I enjoy solitude. So when I say fear of success, I do want to be an influencer, be recognized in the HR professional space, but I know that means stepping outside of my comfort zone from this room and out there, going to influencer events, interacting with people outside of this environment. Like, I do need to take this into the physical world and interact with people. And for that, I can be awkward before I get to know someone. Like, I get into a room and they scan quickly, whom am I liking, their vibe most, gravitate towards them. I think everyone does that at some point, but that's how I deal with social anxiety. I want to push myself to attend at least 2 physical events and just network with people, particularly colleagues or people that are already in the space doing what I do. I want to do that. I want to do more meetups. I want to do more interactions. I want to do more networking, and that means pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to be moving in the universe with lots of positivity. Let's see the lessons that I learn from that interaction, from pushing myself out of my comfort zone. It's only going to be good. It's only going to be amazing. But yeah, that is my plan, and that is how YouTube has changed my life thus far, 6 months in with 1,500 subscribers. So if there's anyone out there who is thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or you've resonated with any of the lessons that I've learned since starting my YouTube channel, then comment down below, and I love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.